Hello everyone, such a beautiful day here in Helsinki. It is Sunday afternoon and sun is shining and spring is almost here. So best time of the year to walk and enjoy the landscape and the weather. Right now we are in Ullanlinna near the seashore, and today's walk is going to be in this neighborhood, and my plan is to walk in Ullanlinna and also in Eira. So two very interesting areas of Helsinki, and we are going to see them today. So everyone, this is Kulkija Explores, and behind the camera is Kosti, your host, and I'm hoping you are doing well today. So, like I said, very pleasant winter day here in Finland. It's about -1 or 2 degrees Celsius. So it is not that cold, and as you can see, sun is shining and no clouds at all, which is quite rare. And there on the distance you can see the Baltic Sea. It is already open and there is only a little bit of ice left near the harbor area, and a lot of people and a lot of dogs walking here with me today. So I think we will start in this park area. It has been a while since I have been here. Last time I think that was in last year actually. So it's nice to see this area of the city in winter. So people are skiing and they have made tracks here in the middle of the park. So welcome to Helsinki. You can ski in the middle of the city, no problem. And last night we had a little bit snowfall, so it looks very nice and neat, clean should I say, because of the fresh snow. Let's see what's going on in the shore. Hello Raven, welcome. Nice to have you with me today. So, a lot of car traffic on this area, but I think this is the crosswalk. Thank you. Okay, look at this. Looks so nice. And a lot of people walking here. So this must be one of the most popular destinations for Sunday walks. And there on the distance you can see Suomenlinna church, the tower that has also a lighthouse, which is pretty rare. So maybe we should have a walk in Suomenlinna once again when we have still snow on the ground. And there is a rescue boat ready for summertime. And you can see that the parliament election is coming. It is in 2 weeks time, so the candidates are here giving out the flyers. So here's Kokoomus. They are providing coffee and pancakes or something like that. So every cup of coffee counts when it comes to elections here in Finland. And here's one of my favorite coffee shops in this area. Or should I say it's more like a kiosk, but it is only open in summer, so we have to wait a little bit until we can come here and have a nice cup of coffee. Hello Marie, nice to have you here. And yes, they are sending the letters to vote right now. I think I got it in how do you say it, electronic form, so I didn't receive the letter via mail, but it came to my Suomi account, so you can open it there and see the place where you should go to vote. So a lot of Finns already receive only electronic mail from the state, such as tax forms and those kind of things. So let's go this way. This area is Uunisaari, and there is a coffee shop and also a kirppis. So let's see what's going on here. So like I mentioned earlier, there is no plan for today, so this is just free walking, and let's see where we end up.
Okay.
Someone has left their boat in ice. That is a little bit different. Usually people don't leave their boats like this during winter. So there is the restaurant, and I think if you want to visit this restaurant in summer they have a boat ride for you. So I'm not sure if they have a bridge during the summer. Wow, this place is really busy today. And no wonder, because it is so beautiful day. So a little bit of wind from the sea, but otherwise perfect weather. over there in the middle is Harmaja lighthouse. So Harmaja is probably the most seen lighthouse in Finland because the ships to Sweden go right next to it. It already feels so warm that you almost want to take off gloves, but then the wind picks up and after 15 seconds you want to put the gloves on again.
Täällä on ihana kun ei tuule. Kato kuinka. Oi.
The ice looks so nice and beautiful when it has bubbles in it. So almost like an art from or by the nature. So I hope no one is going on the ice anymore. It is way too dangerous to go there now. So here's a perfect place for picnic. And on this side of the island the wind is not that bad, so I would love to have something to eat and spend a little bit more time here. So I call that Millionaires Row. It is one of the best places to live here in Helsinki. And as you know, there is a Billionaires Row in New York City. But in Helsinki we don't have that many billionaires, so we have only Millionaires Row. Oh. Yes, Marie, I mentioned my Twitter account, but I'm not that active anymore in Twitter, and Kulkija is not in Twitter at all because it is so different platform. And Kulkija's main channel is YouTube and sometimes TikTok. And I don't see any point to create a Twitter account for Kulkija, because it would be a very inactive account. And there has been a lot of going on Twitter thanks to Elon Musk, so we never know what's going to happen next. Yes, I'm not a millionaire, but I'm a thousandaire, if that's a word. My apartment is in Thousandaires Row and not in the middle of Helsinki. So that was Uunisaari, everyone. Very nice and small island, and it has also a restaurant, so if you are visiting Helsinki and want a little bit different experience with food, then you might want to visit Uunisaari. And really accessible, at least in winter, because they have this bridge. You don't have to take a boat to this island because of the bridge. Okay, it is said right here that the bridge is open until 15th of April, and after that they have boat traffic to these islands. So the bridge is only for winter time. here you can wash your rugs. So these are mattolaituri in Finnish. And this is the old way to wash your rugs, because nowadays they don't put the washing place over or on the water, because then of course your soaps and stuff like that go straight to sea, which can be bad for the nature. So that's why they build the new ones on the ground, and they also build a decent sewer system under the place, so they collect the wastewater pretty good nowadays. Yes, Suomenlinna is still a prison. There is a section or an area inside the Suomenlinna area, and it is still used as a prison, but it is what we call here in Finland an open prison. So there are no walls or a strict security for the prisoners, and the prisoners are that kind of prisoners who can be trusted, and they are probably going to be released soon. So basically you can walk on the grounds of the prison in Suomenlinna, and you probably don't even notice that there is a prison area inside Suomenlinna. So it is a little bit strange to explain this thing for foreigners, that in Finland we have this system, so-called open prison system, that the prisoners are quite free to go as their wish. Oh, big crows. They are also enjoying the weather. Some people let their dogs free in this area. I don't think it is, or they are allowed to do that, but it's a little bit like borderline whether you should do it or not. Of course there are also other dogs in this area, so this little fella is running around. Black Grill and Cafe. And here is the map. You can check the main attractions if you want to go around Helsinki. And you can walk or ride a bicycle quite easy if you follow this line. So right now we are here in the tip of the Helsinki. Is it peninsula or something like that? Helsingin niemi we say in Finnish. So it says here Helsinki is 130-kilometer public waterfront trail is a unique feature of the city. The waterfront trail is divided into the constructed urban shore in the inner city and the mainly unbuilt shores in the suburban areas. Helsinki's waterfront trail is developed gradually so as to make it into a continuous and functional network of services and walking and cycling routes. So I was going to see what's going on Black Coffee and Grill. What are they serving? So they are serving burgers and let's see, €20 for a burger and €26 for a meal. I think I could grab a coffee with me. So let's go in line for a moment. I'll put you on the table for a while so I can pay the coffee. So luckily I have my wireless microphone nowadays, so I don't have to take the mic off when I leave the phone on the table.
Niin juu. Siinä laidassa. Panneri vastata. Ai jaha. Okei.
Joo, mulla on kamera siinä. Mitä mä käännän sen ton.
Ai joo. Ei.
It's
Onko tuo kännykkä niinku tossa?
Joo, se on puhelin.
Joo, okei.
Ja se on vaan tommonen stabilisoija, että kun kävelee, niin se pysyy sitten tossa
Ai niin,
niinku tasaisena.
liikettä.
Niin,
Joo,
kyllä.
okei,
Siinä on semmonen kikkava. Joo, ei mitään. Ei mitään hätää.
Olisi mahdollista saada Jack Danielsia ilman kastiketta.
Mitä saa ilman kastiketta ikävä? Kyllä, se on siinä sotkettu sekin. Se on siinä saa suurta
Ai.
Mutta se ei vitosesta. Okei, erikoisesti. Edes toiseen karivimakkaraa sinä sen ketsuttiin.
Sydämiä on
Samasta kuin kerro vaan sieltä takaa, niin me ollaan valmistunut.
Jes, pieni kahvi, kiitos.
Otaanko maitoa?
Maitoa, kiitos, kyllä.
Ja muuta.
Ei muuta, kiitti.
50. Olkaapa hyvä.
Kiitos.
Kuittia.
En tarvitse, kiitti. Alright guys, we got the coffee. So here we go. Nice and hot coffee. And also sunglass time.
Kaikki on mausteilla. Kurkkusalaatti, valkosipuli, majoneesi ja punaiset. Kaikki muu paitsi valkoinen.
So let's keep walking. Let's go back to the shore and follow the walking route. So from here you can go to Harakka. Harakka is another island just outside Helsinki. And I think Harakka is magpie in English. So many of the islands near Helsinki have like interesting names. And here is the Harakka island. So it says right here that Harakka is a former military island of the Finnish Defence Forces. So the coffee is, let's say, decent and not the best, but I'll drink it. And luckily it was not that expensive, €2 and something only for the small cup. I haven't been on that hill for a long time, so I think we can go that way and see what's going on there. So here in this area, so a lot of people. It is necessary to have people guiding drivers, and few fines or tickets if the cars are not This is the US embassy, so this area is full of embassies. And on the other side of the street is the British embassy, and I think it is French coming up. Hello Aline, welcome. Nice to have viewers from Brazil also. This is the best part of live streaming, that you get viewers all over the world. And by the way, if this is your first time tuning in and you want to see more walks from Finland and live streams from Finland, it is advised to subscribe to my channel. So now it's great time to push that subscribe button and also the like button, because that really helps my channel to grow, because YouTube algorithm knows that there is something interesting going on my channel, and then we get more viewers to the Kulkija crew. So you guys are my crew. Really nice buildings in this area. This feels a little bit like we are in some other country, that we are not in Helsinki anymore because of the architecture of these buildings. I think this one is Estonia, so very stylish and modern, sleek building, should say. And then there are also old wooden buildings in this area, but I don't think those are embassies. And I don't think, I don't know if it's a what's the word? It's just happening that there is a Brazil embassy right there. Coincidence, that was the word I was looking for. It's always funny how you forget some words. This street might be a dead end, but let's see if we can go through here, or then we just come back. There's Spanish embassy and also very interesting wooden building here. This used to be a gallery and a museum for art, but I don't know if it is not open right now. I don't know what is the plan for this building. I think it is a shame that if they don't open it again. Yes, always happy to remind you the importance of hitting the like button. It is often a thing you forgot, even though you really enjoy the video or a live stream. here is a perfect example of contrast. So the building on the right and the building on the left, totally different styles and totally different eras. This building right here is the Mannerheim Museum. It says here on the wall that Marshal Mannerheim lived in this building between 1924 and 1951. So this was Mannerheim's home, and now it's a museum. Let's see what it says. Okay, it is just the opening hours. It is open only during the weekends. I have never been inside the building, so I think I should visit it this year. Oh, I'm glad to hear that the translator is working. So it is a nice way to see and hear a little bit what I'm saying. And what a time to be alive, that there is a possibility to watch live streams from the other side of the world, and then there is a translator that explains what's going on. So that is pretty neat. Oh, this is so beautiful wooden building. It needs a little bit of paint, but otherwise it looks very good. So if I ever get 1 million subscribers in YouTube, then I promise to buy a really nice wooden house, and that would be the headquarters of Kulkia. Actually, my parents or our family have a wooden summer cottage in Savo area near Kuopio, and I really love that wooden building from the 1930s. It is quite small but really beautiful. And someday I hope to be able to maintain that building and secure it so it will stay on and will be there for the next generations. What is snickarglädje? Is it like when you there is a building that needs to be or needs some reparation, how do you say it? Needs to be maintained, and the person is happy to do it. Sounds like it. But I think I get the idea behind that Swedish word. So Italy right here. Or maybe it's a building that needs constant repairs or something like that. Wooden buildings tend to be those kind of buildings. So here's another dead end, but let's see what we can see here. There is a little bit more modern buildings on this street. That's probably from the 1970s or maybe early 1980s. Yes, this is a dead end, so we have to go back. But yes, this is very nice neighborhood. I highly recommend walking here and visiting this area of Helsinki. It's a combination of old and new buildings, and you can pick your favorite ones. Sadly, I don't know that much about the history of these buildings, but I would be happy to check it out and learn something new. Especially that grey building looks very interesting. It is like a fortress. So they are renovating it, but I don't have any idea who is using the building. It's probably not a private residence. Interesting statues up there. Oh yes, do you want to see the Flatiron building of Helsinki? So, not so many people know that we have a Flatiron building also in Helsinki, and it looks just like the one in New York. And the story goes that the architect was heavily inspired by the building in New York. And the interesting thing is that they it wasn't a Flatiron building in the beginning, but they renovated the building in the 1930s, and that's how it got its appearance. So it is not the original building. Let's go on the other side of the street so we can have a little bit better view to the Flatiron. Ta-da! There it is. It is not as tall as the one in New York, but you get the idea. I would like to know what is on the top floor, that black part on the top of the building. Is it a private residence, or is there a sauna or some other room for the whole building or every apartment? Yes, the swimming pool would be great. Think about the view, that you could swim and look at the view at the same time. But I highly doubt it that there is a pool, because those old buildings are usually not built in a way that they can handle the weight of the pool. And I think in Finland, private pools in a residential houses was a thing in the 1970s, because I remember many 1970s buildings that has a pool that is right next to the sauna, and and like bathroom areas, and then you can have a sauna and also swim in the pool. And in the 1970s it was just before the energy crisis, and after that they didn't build so many pools anymore because keeping them warm takes a lot of energy. And back then buildings were heated with sometimes with oil and sometimes with coal, so it was quite expensive to have a pool in your building. Beautiful icicles forming here. But I think the private pools might be coming back if we have clean energy and especially cheap energy, because it is quite nice to have an indoor pool here in Finland because the winter is so long. And nice to see so many people tuning in today. I was a little bit skeptical that it is afternoon here in Finland, so I was wondering if people are doing other things and not really watching videos from YouTube, but at least it looks good right now. And usually I live stream in the evening, and usually it is Saturday evening, so it might be that Saturday evening is not the best time to live stream, but it works with my personal schedule, so that's why I often walk in the weekends. So I think we could start heading back to Ullanlinna area. So this will be a circle route today. So my original plan was to walk in Eira district, but somehow we ended up here. Art Nouveau painting in sunlight. And yes, I think it is a good idea to test a little bit what time might be the best for most of the viewers, but it is like an open bar that people come in and go out as they wish. I think it was Big Clive who invented this open bar metaphor. He has a very popular channel in YouTube and he makes videos about electronics and stuff like that. He's like reverse engineering things, and it is really mesmerizing to see and hear when he talks about the electronics and explains how things work and what every part does in a device and things like that. And he has also a live stream channel, and he live streams almost every Saturday night. And it is a live stream from his house, and he once said that it is like an open bar and you bring your drinks and spend time with other viewers and Big Clive himself. Hello John, welcome, nice to have you here. And yes, Finland is also changing clocks. I think it is next weekend maybe, or weekend after that, but it is coming. So the funny thing is that the EU tried to regulate that we would get rid of changing clocks in the EU, but somehow it hasn't worked out yet. I don't know what's going on, but I think my personal opinion is that we don't need to change clocks every spring and fall. It's like a thing from the past, I would say. There might have been reasons back in the day, but not anymore. So, but at least for now, we are still changing clocks. Oh great, Poland is tuning in. Welcome. Good to have you here. Okay guys, the rest of my coffee is frozen. This is frozen coffee right now, but at least I got to drink most of it. Ice coffee is the correct term, right? But usually you don't get ice coffee this way. This is the Finnish way of making ice coffee. So right here, ladies and gentlemen, is Johanneksen kirkko. It is named after Saint John. Let's see what's going on. People are going in, so the church is still open. I wonder if we could take a little peek inside. Of course, if there is a private event or something like that, then we of course won't go in. Okay, let's ditch the coffee mug. Thank you. And let's see what it says right here. So I think this is the biggest church here in Helsinki when it comes to number of seats. So let's see, it is open until 3 p.m. What time is it now? 14:49. So we have 10 minutes. So let's see what's inside. Look at night I was really happy that the church was open. I was able to show it to you. So it is really beautiful church. And the architecture style is Gothic revival, and if I remember right, the church was built in the 1890s, probably early 1890s. And from here you can see also the interesting exterior of the church. It has twin towers and they are about 75 meters tall. And last year they renovated this church, and one of the things that was in the news was the gargoyles, and you can see the gargoyles in the middle right now. So they basically made new gargoyles for the church because the old ones were were in so bad shape that they couldn't fix them anymore, but they had to make new ones. So the gargoyles is the one thing this church is famous for. And the altar piece was also quite interesting. I don't know if you paid attention to it, but I think it was from Eira, and Eira was one of the most famous painters during the golden age of Finnish art, and the golden age was in the late 1800s. So this is Tarkkampujankatu, and this is the turning point of tram number 10. So if you come all the way with tram number 10, this is where it ends up. And if you see these kind of things in Helsinki, it usually means that you have to be careful. There might be ice that comes off the roof. So they put those bars to warn people. And of course, when the weather gets warmer, the ice and snow starts to melt, and they can drop from the roof. do we have any good apartments. There is one 104 square meters and 1,140,000 euros. So these are all over 1 million euros or a little bit less. Hello Lex, welcome. Yes, that is true. I follow also Nordin walks and other walkers. Yes, mother. I understood what you meant. Hello little one. More dogs waiting for their owners. Yes, Lex, that is a good question. I don't know about the exact percentage, but first of all, there are not that many winter cyclists here in Helsinki. It is a minority, so most of the people don't cycle during the winter. But I think most of those who cycle in winter, they use studded tires, so it must be maybe 60 or 70%, because the problem here is that the temperature fluctuates. It is often just below freezing or then just above freezing, which means that the streets get very slippery and you really need studded tires. But on the other hand, there are many winters that we don't have snow at all, so basically then you don't need studded tires. And I'm one of the people who cycle all year round, and at the moment I don't have studded tires on my bicycle because it's usually snow when snowy conditions when I cycle, and I can leave bike home if it's too bad or if it's too slippery. And I think in Oulu the winter is a little bit different there, because they have what we call a real winter, meaning that they have steady conditions and it is snowy almost from November to all the way to March or April. And in Oulu people don't use that much studded tires because when you are driving on snow you don't really need the studs, because it doesn't make any difference. So that's why people usually don't switch tires in Oulu. And in recent years Helsinki has been working for better winter conditions for cyclists, and one of the discussions is that whether you should brush the cycling paths and use salt, or whether you should leave the snow on the ground, which means that sometimes it melts and forms ice. And there are basically some major streets or cycle paths in Helsinki that where they use salt, and those streets can be cycled all year round without any problem. But the bad thing is that the salt is not good for your bicycle, because bicycles tend to rust faster if there is a lot of salt used on the streets. And yes, this is a very interesting question, because I'm a winter cyclist myself and I would love to ride a bike all year round. And back in the day when I lived in Jyväskylä, it was totally different situation, because Jyväskylä has the real winter and it is way easier to cycle there, because it is steadily minus, let's say, 5 degrees Celsius almost all winter. And yes, that is the term, compacted snow, meaning basically what we are seeing on this street, that snow is not removed all the way. And Oulu has been in the news a lot because they have made such a big effort to make it possible to cycle all year round. And Oulu is a good example how you should do it. And I think it is more than 20% of all trips in Oulu are made by bicycle, which is a huge percentage. In Helsinki it is probably something like 10%, so a lot less cyclists here in Helsinki. And yes, e-bikes is one of the reasons why we need better maintenance for cycle paths, because so many new people can cycle if they have an e-bike, so it is so accessible. It is more accessible for many new people. All right, right now we are in Eira. We accidentally walked here, and I was planning this was the first place to come here or to come today, but it is probably this time the last. So this was re-walking today. I think these are residential buildings, not so many embassies on this area. But this Eira is considered one of the nicest and richest neighborhoods here in Helsinki. And yes, this is the same place where we had the summer drive. That's true. Now you get to see the same street in winter. So here's the statue of writer or author Juhani Aho. This park is named after him. So in this block the theme color is yellow. Oh, look at those shapes. And little towers. Yes, the colors really pop out or pop up when it's sunny. Oh, right here I see some CD plates on cars, so there are embassies in this area. So I think that was Latvia. Yes, you probably have to be a millionaire if you want to live here. There are probably many apartments in one building in this area, so they are not like single home houses. But anyway, if you want an apartment from here, it is probably at least 1 or 2 million euros. And one interesting thing in Eira is that the streets are curvy, so the blocks are not like other blocks in downtown Helsinki. It's like a free shape of blocks in this area. And by the way, you probably hear Swedish in this neighborhood because the families are often descendants of the Swedish speaking families of Finland. So there is a one pink building between the yellow ones. Always a one who wants to stand out. And look at that. I would love to hear what is the story behind these they're like skate statues right here. Maybe a wealthy ice hockey player lives there. And yes, the architecture is of course heavily influenced by Sweden and Swedish architects. And also the cars give it away that this is a little bit wealthier neighborhood. Lots of Mercedes and BMWs and other more expensive cars. I think Tuve Jansson lived in Katajanokka district, so she didn't live here in this area, but that is a quite good question because I'm not sure what building was her atelier. So, but I think at some point she lived in Katajanokka. If someone in the chat can check that out or Google it, then we could learn the answer. But I would guess Katajanokka. So this is interesting that they have also made buildings out of bricks in this area, and it is a little bit like combination of brick building and that other type of surface structure. So interesting combination. So guys, right now we are coming back to the point where we started earlier today. So it has been a really nice walk, and I'm so glad that so many people tuned in today. I keep saying tonight because I'm so used to live stream during or in the evening, but it is still a day here in Finland. So I do my best to live stream twice a month. So if you want to join me next time, hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon so you get the notification when I'm live next time. Yes, it is possible that we have snow still in May in Helsinki, but it is not that common. Usually it's early April when all the snow is already gone. Yes, still have to be careful because of the ice. There are patches of ice, even though it looks non-icy. Okay, let's tell us the story. I have 12% battery left in my phone, so I have to stop the live stream soon, but I think we have a couple of minutes still left. Yes, I think I have seen the same thing here in Finland, that there are already leaves in the trees, and then there's snow covering them. So right now we are in Huvilakatu. On the left side you can see one of the most iconic views of Helsinki, and these buildings are photographed often because of the beautiful colors and also interesting architecture. this nice combination that we have yellow building and blue sky. Let's go back to the sidewalk. I'm walking like a proper tourist in the middle of the street. And yes, I try my best to show a little bit different places here in Helsinki, different districts, because it sometimes feels that the downtown area is so used that everyone films there, and there are so many other cool areas and beautiful streets to explore. Okay, 10% battery left, so let's go back to the shore and I will finish today's live stream from there. It has been a very nice day, and I'm really glad that you are all tuning in today. somehow the ice cream kiosk is not open yet. I think we have to wait a little bit more. So let's go over here. Oh yes, this is the pier where the Uunisaari boats leave. So when there is no bridge available, the boats pick you up from here and take you to Uunisaari. So everyone, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I hope you enjoyed this live stream as much as I did. It was really pleasant day to walk, and we had good feelings and good vibes today. And I hope to live stream soon, maybe in 2 weeks time, something like that. So this is my hobby, so I don't want to create any strict schedules, but as you know, when you subscribe and hit the bell icon, you get the notifications, and then you know when I'm live again. So once again, stay safe and see you soon. Bye bye.